So this is just a quick video to go through the full solution for question 3 on the Unit 4 handwritten practice test above. So question 3 says determine the equation of the tangent of the graph y equals x over x minus 1 that has a slope of -4. So we know all the way back from grade 9 the equation of a line is y equals mx plus b. Now, when I look at the information that I'm given, I know that my m is -4. I know that the slope is going to be -4. Unfortunately, we don't know the y-intercept, and we don't know another point on the line to get that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to calculate the derivative of this function. So y prime equals the derivative of the top, which is 1, times the bottom, minus the derivative of the bottom, which is also 1, times the top, all divided by that bottom function squared. So y prime equals x minus 1 minus x over x minus 1 squared. And if I tidy that up a little bit, I get -1 over x minus 1 squared. Now, we know from the question that that slope has to be -4. So I can go ahead and I can plug that in here. -4 is equal to -1 over x minus 1 squared. I'll multiply this on this side. I will divide both sides by -4. X minus 1 squared equals 1/4. This is still looking too big. I'm going to move this over here. Maybe not. All right, there we go. I will square root this. So x minus 1 is equal to plus or minus 1/2. X is equal to 1 plus or minus 1/2. X is equal to 3 over 2 or 1/2. Now at this point, I did just quickly want to mention that when you get to this line, if you were confused by what I did, or if you didn't want to do something like this, you could expand and factor or use the quadratic formula. Now, I just did this because after many, many years of math, I knew that this would work out nicely. But again, expanding and factoring or the quadratic formula would also give you the exact same results. If you are using the method that I did, and I didn't really say it, I just kind of assumed, we know that when we're taking the square root here, we do need to put this plus minus in front. It is very, very important. If we forget that, we would have only got one answer here. We would have only got the x equals 3 over 2, and we would have been missing half of our solution. So I just rewrote some of this important information. I have our original function here, and I have the two x values that we solved for previously. So what these x values mean is that at an x value of 3/2 and at an x value of 1/2, the slope of the tangent is -4. Now we know if we're going to plug that into our equation of a line, we need that corresponding y value. We can't figure out our b or our y-intercept until that happens. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this twice. First I'll do it for x equals 3 over 2. I'm going to get y equals 3 over 2 over 3 over 2 minus 1. That's going to leave me with y equals 3/2 over 1/2, which is going to leave me with y equals 3/2 times 2 over 1, y equals 3. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing for x equals 1/2. y is equal to 1/2 over 1/2 minus 1. Y is equal to 1/2 over negative 1/2, and then y is equal to negative 1. So I have 1 point at an x value of 3/2 and a y value of 3, and another point at an x value of 1/2 and a y value of negative 1. So last step, what I need to do now is I need to take these points along with the slope that I was given in the question, and I need to find the equation of the line twice, because I know that that slope is going to be -4 2 times on this graph. I think I'm going to have enough room in here, so I'm going to try and squeeze it in. I've got y equals mx plus b. I am going to plug in my y of 3. My m was -4. My x was 3/2. So 3 is equal to -12 over 2, which is going to be -6 plus b, which means that my b is equal to 9. And so I have y is equal to -4x plus 9. Now, my second equation over here, same steps, y equals mx plus b. I have a y value of -1. I have an m of -4. I have an x of 1/2. -1 equals -4 times 1/2. That's a -2. B is equal to 1, -1 plus 2. And so I'm getting the equation y is equal to -4x plus 1.